morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. I got like a 15, 20 minute window. So we'll let it go up a couple minutes, see who all gonna jump in today. Hope everybody's having a good morning, good afternoon for my niggas on the East Coast. Give it a couple minutes. I ain't gonna take up too much of y'all time today. We'll get through this shit pretty fast. As always, first off, shout out to my nigga B Magic. If y'all don't know, he's already, he creating shirts for EFB. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my nigga Barack. You heard? You know what I'm saying? But once again, if y'all want to contribute, $ building back. 100% of the donations will be going towards the families that we're going to be getting gifts for this upcoming weekend for our nonprofit. Once again, nonprofit is bbtcfoundation.com. But yeah, once again, if you guys want to contribute, whether it's $1, $5, $20, it's all going towards a good cause. So we'll give it a cut. We'll give it like one more minute. No, like as many people coming in today, which is fine. Hopefully y'all not getting tired of me yet. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I just invested in some shit that cost me like 20 grand last week, and at this time next year, y'all niggas might not even see me on the internet no more. It's gonna probably be over. So hopefully you guys are utilizing um, this opportunity to soak in the game that was given to me. We'll give it 30 more seconds and we'll get it cracking. In terms of the stock market today, how things are going, things are pretty yeah, not nothing crazy. A lot of that has to do with what we're going to talk about today. So I know all the stocks look like they're pretty much, give or take, even really down. It looks like they're coming up. All right, I ain't gonna waste y'all time. Once again, salute to the people who made it in today. Um, there's a couple things that I just wanted to tap in with y'all about. It's a pretty slow day today on in the market. A couple reasons for that. Um, the Fed chair is going to be doing their end of the year spiel here in a quick little second. It's going to be 2 o'clock Eastern time. Salute to whoever sent that donation. Yeah, it's going to be going on at 2 o'clock Eastern time, which is going to be uh, 11 o'clock Pacific time. So keep an eye for that if you guys, uh, have the patience to do so. So let's get into it, y'all. So for those who didn't see, Bitcoin. Um, it's a good day for people who actually own Bitcoin. It actually hit its all-time high today. For the first time ever, Bitcoin hit over 20,000. 20,000. They are predicting that this stock can hit upwards to 100,000 within the next couple of years. So I would recommend, if you haven't invested in Bitcoin just yet, to maybe throw a couple dollars in. A good thing about Bitcoin, it's not, it's kind of like an ETF in a sense to where you don't have to put a set amount in there. You can put a 50 bucks in there, 100 bucks in there, 200 bucks in there, whatever you got to spend, and dive in because it's already tripled up in value over the last year so far. It started off at 7,000 at the beginning of the year, and once again, it's at 20, so it's damn near tripled up within a year, which is incredible. The average, stock guy is really nervous about Bitcoin because if history teaches us anything, we did touch around like 19,000 about 10 years ago with Bitcoin, and the shit ended up dropping down 10,000. So, a lot of these guys are kind of scary about getting into it, but, I would recommend, even if you didn't reap the benefits of what this year brought to Bitcoin, to definitely get into that shit, man, because it has no real signs of slowing down, especially as we get more into the digital dollar and more companies are accepting payments through Bitcoin. That just increases their value. So I would definitely recommend, if you haven't tapped in with Bitcoin just yet, um, to definitely do so. After the Christmas break, I'm actually going to be doing a podcast with one of the top Bitcoin people, so I would definitely recommend y'all check that out. So, so that's one thing. The other thing I wanted to get into is the top three things that's really going to affect the stock market. You know, throughout the entirety of the rest of this year, which is, I mean, I guess only 2 weeks, but it's something that you guys want to keep in mind before actually getting too deep into buying stocks at this point in time. So the three main things are all in a sense tied into COVID, but they all just have different things that are affecting, um, the market at this point in time. The first thing is what's about to go on today, the Fed chair. The Fed chair, and for those who don't know, he's basically the guy who dictates the national interest rate. He's going to be doing the end of the year wrap up in terms of what the Fed's plan is for ending out 2020. Um, the last few times they interviewed him, or he did his speech, he made a point to say that they're not going to be raising the interest anytime soon just because of this corona situation. But this has a lot to do with why the stock market hasn't really up today at all, because people, especially like investors who are sound investors who understand how money works, they are normally don't invest until after they hear this guy talk. And it's crazy that one little white man has so much power over the stock market. But the fact of the matter is, the reason why the market is slow today is because investors are waiting until after this guy says what he has to say. So if you guys have access to Bloomberg TV or any of these financial websites or TV stations, you can tap into it to see what he's talking about. Traditionally, these things are boring as fuck. If we being honest, I mean they are pretty boring. But if you want to, know what's going on, then you have that ability to tap in and see exactly where he's coming from. This guy has been personally recommending that we get checks cut like a while ago, so he's all in for it. But he's a Republican and he's getting replaced at the beginning once Biden comes into office. And for those who know who Steve Mnuchin is, he's the Treasury Secretary. He pulled some weirdo shit over the last couple months because of the fact that he knows he's being replaced. So this Fed chair guy seems like a cool dude, but you just never know if somebody's spiteful and just want to say fuck you guys, as a parting gift, kind of like Steve Mnuchin did. So you just never know. So once again, I would definitely tap in to check that out. So that's the number one thing today as to why the stock market is what it is today. Now, the second thing that is going to affect the market basically until the new year is this stimulus bill. For those who've actually been on top of it today, they are planning to hopefully close a $900 billion deal today. It seems like both sides are pretty adamant about the fact that they need to make this shit happen this week because the Senate and the Congress, it's closed on Saturday. So if they don't get shit cracking by this week, then it's going to be a lot of families that's going to be fucked by the time 2021 hits. So they're really working behind the scenes. It looks like that they're going to come to an agreement hopefully today. That 900 billion will include all of us getting the stimulus checks, which that's dope. If you don't got money to spend on shit, I would definitely recommend just taking that money and investing it into something like this. And then the rest of the money is going to be going to I guess 300 billion proposed dollars are going to be going towards the PPP loan. So if you do have a small business, if you have a nonprofit, utilize that shit, man. I mean, it ain't free money, but shit, if you can get a quick 10 legally, not scamming nobody, hop on that shit. But those are the two major things that is going to be approved with this budget. So that's the second thing. The second that shit gets approved, expect the market to go up. Just expect it, because that's really what the market is kind of tentative about at the last couple of weeks, is really just about the stimulus talks. So that's the second thing. And the third thing is the virus itself. I mean, for my niggas that live in New York, Cali, you guys are seeing what's going on in terms of shutdowns. And if we being straight, they should have shut this shit down last month. The only reason why they're waiting until after Christmas is because we have a whole industry of businesses that are benefiting from us spending money on Christmas. So don't make sure you guys are on top of that fact. The fact of the matter is they should be closed right now. They're only waiting until after Christmas until we spend all our money on Christmas because that's what we're programmed to do in the United States of America. So, it's just important to know where this game is to be played. New York should have been closed down. We had more deaths yesterday than we've ever had in the history of America. So it's just important to know where you stand and where you're at location wise. And quite honestly, if a ton of states end up closing at the end of the year, um, that could be a detriment for certain stocks, and it can also be a benefit to others. Time will tell to see which ones will be hurt and which ones will be affected by it. But just make sure you guys keep an eye out for that. Because of that, I don't know what stocks you should really be thinking on buying within this week or next week. I would just say stick along for the ride. Even if you don't want to sit and listen to what the Fed Chairman Powell has to say today, check the highlights. Go to Twitter. Twitter will have the highlights, just so you can have an understanding of what this federal interest shit is gonna, how it's gonna affect the market. Because it's important that you know if you're invested in the market. Because it's all affected by it. So those are the three main things, man. Like I said, I'm not about to take up too much of y'all time today. I got some shit I gotta do. I just wanted to make sure that you guys were aware. Next week we're not gonna be doing no Fetti talks because, quite honestly, none of you niggas is buying stocks the day before Christmas or the day before New Christmas Eve. So let's not even lie to ourselves like y'all about to do that shit. I might do a Fetti talk that Tuesday just so you know what's going on in terms of the market, but Wednesday and Thursday is a fucking dub. I will be back tomorrow just to kind of go over basically how the market's been affected based off what the Fed Chairman Powell has to say today. So once again, if you got some free time, check it out. If you don't, I get it. It's boring. It's drawn out. Old white man talking about money. It's not really that intriguing, but it does affect all of our money if you're listening to this. Because I'm assuming if you listen to this, that means you got at least a couple dollars invested in the stock market. But yeah, yeah, man, hit that like button. I appreciate y'all. Once again, if y'all want to contribute to what we're doing, dollar sign building back. I promise. One of these days, I'm gonna have Derez or Ref or Ike or somebody from URL that I work with on a regular basis. Hook up the graphics to make this shit look presentable because I know this shit look bootleg as fuck. But oh yeah, shout out to my nigga Gotti and Kevin Parks for my battle rap guys who on here. Make sure you guys check out their event, the Riot Division event this coming up weekend on Twitch. I'm not normally gonna be promoting no King of the Dot shit, but that's family and it's West Coast. You know what I'm saying? So me, gotta support the West. So make sure y'all tap in with that too. But I'm out of here, man. Y'all have a good Wednesday. And once again, keep an eye out for that Fed chairman later today. Peace.